Okay, so I've got a request to solve just a couple of particular simultaneous equation problems on the YouTube channel. So the first one was 4a plus 2b equals 44. 20a plus 3b equals 150. So that's two equations in two unknown things. I'm going to label them equation 1 and equation 2. So it's easy to find values of a and b that work in the first equation. We can really just think of any value of a we like and then work out the value of b that would make it work. So there's an infinite number of solutions to the first one. There's an infinite number of solutions to the second one, but there is only one pair of solutions, a and b, that will work in both equations at the same time. At the same time being another word for being another phrase meaning simultaneously. So what we're trying to do now is to eliminate one of the variables. So I'm going to multiply up everything in equation 1 by 5. Now the reason I've chosen 5 is so that when I multiply 4a by 5, I get 20a. And then let's just do the rest. 2b times 5 is 10b, and 44 times 5 equals 220. So that was the first equation. And then the second equation was 20a plus 3b equals 150. So the reason I multiplied the first one up by 5 was to get the same amount of a in both equations. So in this case, 20a. Multiplying both sides by a valid thing to do because an equation is like a balance. So as long as you do the same thing to the left as you do to the right, then the thing still balances, so it's still true. So anyway, I've got a pair of equations now, and I'm going to label them 3 and 4, even though 4 is just the same as it was before when it was 2. And both of those equations have the same amount of a in them. So what I can do with simultaneous equations is take whole equations away from one another. So I can do everything in equation 3, take away everything in equation 4. So I'm going to label that as 3 minus 4 in a different color to show that it's equation number 3 and equation number 4. And so what happens is that, 220 minus 150 is 70. 10b minus 3b makes 7b's. But then when you do 20a minus 20a, you get nothing. So the a's have disappeared. So what we've done there is eliminated the a's and reduced it to a single equation in a single unknown thing. 7b equals 70. Well, all I've got to do is divide both sides of that by 7 to get that b equals 10. And that's my first part of the answer. So let's just see if I can find a ruler. We should give myself a little bit more space here. I might have to use a less thick pen for the next one. Anyway, so having figured out what b is, I can now substitute that equation 1. Okay, so for short, I'm writing 1. So equation 1 was 4a plus 2b equals 44. Okay, but now I've figured out that b is 10. So that bit that says 2b becomes 20. 2 times 10, 20. So that becomes 4a plus 20 equals 44. And that's just like a regular equation, one equation in one unknown thing. So it's easy to solve that and figure out what a is. So I can take away the 20 from both sides to get the bit with the a on its own. So taking away 20 from both sides, the 20 disappears on the left, and the 44 that I had on the right is now only 24 because I've taken away. So it looks like my values of 1 for my substitution. Good. Okay, your connection is unstable. I hope it's still recording this.